It's been 365 days of bloodshed, destruction, and heartache. Now Russia's war in Ukraine enters its second year. Families and mourners honored fallen soldiers at funerals all across Ukraine. More than 21,000 civilians have died in this war. Meantime, people across the world continue to show their support for Ukraine as its leaders vow to fight till the end. Joining us now is Bryan Clark, Senior Fellow and Director at the Hudson Institute. Bryan, as always, thank you for your time. At this point, we have now passed the one-year mark. Does either side have the advantage?
Not really, Nichole. At this point, what we're seeing is that Russia continues to be able to draw upon its population to put people into the meat grinder of the front lines. They've been most recently using the Wagner Group as shock troops to attempt to break through some of the Ukrainian lines, most recently around Bucha, and then they've been successful at making some gains there. The problem, though, is that Russia fundamentally is having trouble being able to both resupply its forces, reconstitute its troops, and they're going to have difficulty with that going forward. Ukraine, at least, is being resupplied by the West, is getting an increasingly capable set of military systems. So likely Ukraine is going to be gaining an advantage over the longer term here, but Russia is still in this fight and is unlikely to stop anytime soon.
Well, Bryan, let's zero in on that Western support for Ukraine. As you said, it only seems to be increasing. How critical is that at this stage of the war?
Right. It's absolutely essential, because right now Ukraine has plenty of motivated troops, very creatively employing the technology that's been made available by the West as well as by commercial vendors. But that support has to continue coming because there really is no Ukrainian defense industry per se. Russia does have a defense industry that continues to produce weapons that have some sophistication, and Russia's been able to tap into Iranian and maybe even Chinese sources for new technology, new weapons. So Ukraine absolutely needs this Western support, or else it's not going to be able to continue the war effort. So that's where we are right now, is that Ukraine depends on the West for its arsenal. Russia is somewhat able to build its own.
Well, an ally of Russia, China, which is calling for an end to this war, although we know, of course, U.S. officials remain skeptical of that. But, China has been open in their alignment with Russia. Is it possible they could be the key to getting Russia to broker a deal to ultimately end this?
Yeah, absolutely. They could be very impactful. Right now, China has been rumored to be discussing potential arms shipments to Russia. China has been, along with India, really the main funder of Russia's war effort because they've been buying Russian energy. So both countries, Russia and India, do have some pull with Russia when it comes to China and India being able to influence Russian decision making. So I expect, that's maybe where the West should go next to try to influence Russia.
Well, would anything short of full surrender, by Ukraine be enough for Russia? Because at this point, how much of this is about Putin and Russia saving face?
Well, it's not as much as about Russia saving face as Putin and his leadership cadre need to agree that they've lost. So I think Ann Applebaum made a great point this week that really Russia is going to continue to fight this fight until they just fundamentally have decided they cannot win anymore. So it's really not about losing face as much as they just seem to think that they can continue to grind this out and eventually wear down the Western support to Ukraine. And I think that's the calculation they're making. And until they've sort of realized that that's not going to happen, they're going to continue.
A last question for you, Bryan. There's a lot of talk about this upcoming spring offensive. What is that likely to look like?
Well, we've already seen pieces of it happening, and from what the analysts, including our own analysts at Hudson, have seen both on the ground and remotely, it's been pretty anemic. And I think we're not going to see a really strong spring offensive on the part of the Russians. That's in part because they really don't have motivated troops. It's because they're having to tap into very poorly trained troops to man those front lines, and they don't have that technological advantage that the Ukrainians have been able to wield. So the Russian counteroffensive, or the Russian offensive, has been pretty lackluster thus far.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.